You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 431 of the Red and Rev Show. We back at it again with you this morning. This time we're going a little old school. Might just be me and Rev with you for today, but hey, we still gonna make it play, baby. Anyway, what's on tap for today's show? Well, we got some sad NFL news to report with a former player. NBA free agency began this week, and it's been a frenzy. We don't have trade, we don't have signing. Like I said, we're probably gonna get into all of that NBA rule changes. It's been a pretty busy week in sports, definitely with the NBA. So we just gonna not waste any more time. Just go on and start talking and see what's come about. Episode 431. Let's get it started, baby.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red is coming to you live from the ATL Show. While Rev is holding it down on the East Coast in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, his birthplace. We come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. Who are real sports athletes who have what, Red? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and guess what, Red? And Hope for episode 431 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red.
You got my message.
Yes, I got it.
So, Red, can you hold it down for Coach this morning, giving us something or someone dealing with those 3 digits, 4, 3, and 1?
Man, I wasn't even thinking about that. I'll go for it.
You go for it? All right, I'm going to put you. Let's go, Red.
4, 3, 1. Let's see. Well, I guess since we celebrate the country's 250th anniversary, I guess I'll go a little selfish and think about my own sports teams in this numbers game right here, and think about how 431 seasons have passed, and not one of my local Atlanta basketball and football teams have a championship right now. 431 days, 431 years, and the Atlanta Hawks and Atlanta Falcons still don't have a championship. I just hope we don't get to 431 seasons without them having a championship. But anyway, that's all I got on short notice, man.
That was a bit hyperbolic, but we get the gist of it. There have been no championships in Atlanta, for sure.
Yeah.
Except for the baseball team. And as bad as they play right now, they ain't nothing to celebrate.
Facts.
That's probably the Braves' iron run average in June.
Yeah. You're right.
And Bryce Elder doubled that, didn't he?
Probably been 431 days since we had a decent pitching staff.
For sure. All right, folks. So welcome everybody to the Red and Red Sports Show. We thank Ho for joining us today. We pray for Coach bouncing back from dealing with some complications on some things, but he's doing all right. So we were glad to hear from him this morning. We want you to please like and share this particular episode of the Red and Red Sports Show. Who knows, your share might be the share that might lead someone to the best social media nation around. That is the Revenite Nation. As we speak about the Revenite Nation, let's welcome Revenite Nation to the Red and Rev Sports Show. Let's see who's tuning in on today. The VP is holding it down in the building, ready to slam down the gavel to begin another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Revenite Nation, rise up. And the VP said, Coach, now that's how you deliver a numerology. All right. And then I think Red is finding something with 431. Is this you, Red, or is this coaching backstage?
Oh no, it's
that must be Coach backstage.
Yeah, it must be Coach. Yeah.
Cal Ripken hit 431 homes. Coach still working while recovering. We appreciate
that, Coach.
Thank you so much, Coach. We appreciate you working
Coach.
While you still matter of fact, he can. What's that? What do they call them? Who be backstage getting the stats for him on them shows? You know how they be doing it?
Yeah, the researchers.
The researcher. Yeah, Coach could be our researcher today. The president is in the building. Good morning to you, sir. Coming to you from the Bullfrog Blast Bonanza in Toad Town, California.
Old Town.
Toad Town, California. We love it, Mr. President. And then Mr. VP showing Coach his props and saying, "Heal well, buddy." And that's our universal sentiment when it comes to Coach on today. All right, gentlemen, let's jump into it. Man, this has been a major sports week. The NBA is saying NFL, y'all not the only sport that can start being all year round. So we'll get into it in just a minute. Ho, we're gonna start with you, man. What are you doping on as we start our dope moment, our best moment for the week? What you got?
I was kind of conflicted, but I'm gonna do like Red. I'm gonna give my dope moment to the city of Atlanta, who have made $500 million due to the World Cup, and over 500,000 people being in our city, and the traffic still wasn't all that bad. So I'm gonna give it up to the ATL for creating some revenues, a stream of revenues. Now you got to put it to good use. Maybe the city can use that for the Atlanta Braves pitching staff. But we'll put it. We'll give our city some love for creating some stream of revenue.
Facts. Ray, what you doping on?
I'm doping on Aroldis Chapman, setting the all-time strikeout mark for a reliever yesterday. Man, dude, I didn't realize you've been pitching this long, but you have. I just say, man, you don't bounce around. I swear you don't play for every team in the major league except for the Braves, and we really could have used you this year. Matter of fact, we still can, Alex. We still can. But like I say, man, him setting the strikeout record and the fact that he got a ring too, yeah, but that Hall of Fame gonna be looking pretty close to you when you retire, man. Aroldis Chapman, all-time strikeout leader for Major League Baseball relievers. Dope.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
I'm going to dope on the USA men's soccer team, advancing into the Sweet 16, advancing past the round of 32, bouncing back from that loss that they took that was unexpected, and they come out and shut out their opponent 2-0. So let me just dope on the USA men's soccer team, and hopefully we can dope on them again next week, saying that they advanced to the Elite Eight. So big ups to the USA men's soccer team.
Oh, yeah.
Red, what are you noping on, sir?
I am noping on one Calais Campbell, stupid and ignorant brother. I mean, sad in the case already that we had to deal with the Rob Reiner incident this year. Now we got another case of kids harming parents. This type of stuff really affects me and upsets me, that we got children out here looking to harm their parents when most decent children do everything to protect their parents. Calais Campbell, not Calais Campbell himself, but his brother. Nope for you. A big dumb dope for you, because that's what you are, dumb dope. And I just hope the authorities do their due diligence and deal with this guy how he should be dealt with. This is a big note, hearts and prayers to the Calais Campbell and the rest of his family. But note to this ignorant idiot that they call an older or younger brother in his family. I mean, I just can't believe this story. And then you bringing it down here to Atlanta too. Good Lord, man. Just nope for this crap. Nope. God, sick of this.
All right. I know we're going to talk to us later. Oops, sorry, wrong person. I know we're going to talk about this in just a second. But I thought I would never say this ever use nope and this name. I got a nope on Brad Stevens. Bro, if the Lakers can get twice as much for Kessler than you got for Jaylen Brown, I got to shake my head on this trade that you made for Jaylen Brown to I don't know what happened. So I got a nope on Brad Stevens, and I'll talk more about it when we get there, when we start talking about NBA trades and free agency. But Brad Stevens, come on, man. You're normally a guru, and you've been a guru because you won an NBA championship as an executive, but you left a lot of people scratching their head. So Come on, bro.
You have got to be kidding.
Ho, what you noping on, man?
I'm gonna keep this plain and simple. No Atlanta Dream players making the All-Star team. The Atlanta sports teams continues to be disrespected. Simple as that.
Yeah, and that's sad because they got one of the best records, right?
Yeah.
They got one of the best records in the league. That's sad.
Nobody on the team made it. Come on,
Yeah.
bro. The Angel Reese stood up for Ryan and Alicia.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Like Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. Even Angel Reese could have made it. I mean,
yeah.
You having a decent season.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on. Let's move on to the cope. Let me cope with the fact that the Atlanta Hawks have not really made any major moves. Now that some major moves in the East have taken place, the Giannis addition to the Heat, Jaylen Brown going to the Sixers, Hawks, it's time for you to wake up and know free agency and trades have to take place if you're going to excite the fan base and take a step up. You can't take a step back. You got to take a step up. And if Jalen Johnson is the lead guy, or you don't have anybody on Jalen Johnson's level, especially since you let Kuminga go, even though I don't think Kuminga's the same player as Jalen Johnson, that's not giving a lot of hope to the Atlanta Hawks fan base. So Hawks, hopefully you got some moves up your sleeve because it's time to make something happen. Ho, what are you coping with?
Man, for the 5th straight week, the Atlanta Braves, we're going down a stretch, and it's time to do something. The game, what we down to 2.5 games now? And
3 now, since the 5th didn't play.
Okay. So 3, we down to 3, and the dog day of August is coming up. So Braves, it's time to tighten up, and let's do it. So I'm coping with the Braves down the stretch with the pitching staff with a prayer.
All right. Red, what you coping with, dog? Red Dog.
Well, not me, but Travis Kelce, you're going to have to cope with the honeymoon is about to be over, buddy. So I hope you can handle being married to one of the busiest bodies women that we got in all of America, man. But we're going to see how tough internally you are as a man over these next few years, because I'm sure Taylor is going to push all of your patient buttons, boy, because that woman is the stuff. I'm saying she is it. She is the diva, and she don't stay in the background like Beyonce. See, it's easy for Jay-Z to have Beyonce, because Beyonce, when she not making music or doing her thing, she kind of quiet. She don't really say too much. That's one thing I love about Beyonce. When she not making music and she got her time off, she stay quiet. She stay in the background. The most you done heard about Beyonce these last few years is her braiding Jay-Z had the other day. That's how you like it. Now, I don't think Taylor gonna give you that same type of quietness and discretion, Travis. But hey, you seem like you can handle it. We'll see if you can handle it. Congratulations to the happy couple. We'll be paying attention the next few years. But boy, that they rented out all of Madison Square Garden, did all of this attention for this wedding. It had better work out with all this attention they did for this, man. It would be completely sad if this thing don't work out. With all of this noise they don't have. Everybody look at me, look at us at Madison Square Garden, renting the place out, blocking the streets. Hey, congratulations, but I hope it works. But I'm coping with you, Travis, because as a man, I know some of the stress you about to be dealing with, dog. So good luck to you. Hey, y'all look real bit ho. Y'all know I'm right. So we ain't gonna elaborate on it, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. So just good luck to you, Travis.
Red raining on them people parade. Got thunderstorms in the background. Raining on that
No, I hope it
parade.
worked out, though. But man, but they had too much attention, man. I would have thought they would have been kind of like low key, but Taylor said, "No, I want the whole world watching my wedding." Okay, you got it.
Well, I think there's a lot of patience that's going to be involved. You know, men, women in general have different things that go on, and cause them to be very emotional, things of that nature. But I think Travis will be a lot more patient because, truth be told, being connected to Taylor has helped his net worth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You smart.
It's helped his jersey sales. Being known as Taylor Swift's husband will go a long way. Now, the thing that Kelsey got to be mindful of, if it doesn't work out, he's going to have millions of haters who won't stand his guts. So it's a huge risk, but
it's gonna be worse than the Clay and Megan haters over there. They're gonna be way worse than the haters Clay had to deal with.
Yeah, we pray marital peace and blessings upon them, and hopefully things will work out. All right, let's see what Reverend Knight Nation and Coach, because Coach, you can see he's involved through the comments. Let's see what's going on this morning. VP said you could have a dependable researcher when Roscoe doesn't run hard 100%. The president said, did y'all know that Coach is the only surviving crew member from George Washington's boat as it crossed the deck?
Boy, I'm taking some shots this morning.
Whoa.
God, man.
Coach is commenting on behalf of the Red and Red Sports Show. Doping on Matt Olson has hit a home run in every MLB stadium.
Oh, man, that's good.
The president is doping on Mike Conley and Al Horford, will hit 20 NBA seasons, making them the 15th and 16th players to do so. Jeremy McCrimmon said, no, Red. I don't know what you said. It said no.
Okay.
That was about 9 minutes ago. The VP said New York, he's doping on New York Liberty winning the Commissioner's Cup. They defeated an Asia Wilson-less Las Vegas Aces. Regardless, congrats. Each player receives $30K for their efforts.
All right.
Coach is noping on Celtics not supporting Jaylen Brown. The president doping on Bobby Bo Millions, still collecting that annual check for $1.19 million. That's right. Today is Bobby Bonilla Day. Former baseball player for the New York Mets.
That's one of the best contracts ever.
Huh?
He got one of the best.
It was the first?
Yeah, it was the first.
Okay, July 1st. How long? When does it end? What, 2030 something?
35.
2035, yeah. Hey, that was just smart, man.
God.
That was smart.
Why is that smart?
The VP noping on Raven Johnson receiving backlash for complimenting her teammate Caitlin Clark for making the All-Star team. What irks me the most was the criticism came from Black folk. Very disappointing. Do better, my people. What do you expect her to say about her teammates? Shaking my head. That's real. That's real. Matter of fact, man, thank you, VP, for bringing that up, because actually I punted big time on my note moment, because I really wanted to nope on Emmanuel Acho, who said one of the dumbest things this past week.
I'm not surprised.
Who said the WNBA is better off without Caitlin Clark being in the picture, because in essence, she's nothing but a big distraction. Now, ask the owners, Emmanuel Acho, ask the WNBA owners if she's a distraction. Ask them if they want her out the league. Ask them if they need her to help sell out most of their their stadiums in the WNBA. I mean, like Emmanuel Acho, I think he's a smart guy, but sometimes I think he thinks he's too smart. And now the danger is when you do social media, and if your social media is now monetized, you say stuff for clickbait so that you can profit off your stupidity. And I think that's a prime example of trying to profit off of stupidity just to get clicks. So I had to add that piece in there.
Well, Marcel Wallace said that he purposely does that because he done worked with him for many years, and he purposely do that to get the clickbait.
Yeah.
So he been called out on it for sure.
Yeah. Emmanuel knows what he's doing now, because that was just one of the dumbest takes for anybody to say that, especially on the heels of the WNBA signing this new man. Coach, we're not doing this now. Come on, man. Coach, chill out. Just stay in the background. All right. Especially, I forget. Coach made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, you just can't say stupid stuff like that. Especially, I know what I'm about to say. Especially since the WNBA capitalized on the fandom that Caitlin Clark brought to it by immediately after her first year signing a new collective bargaining agreement. Basically. Yeah. Come on now, stop.
You, man. Acho ain't been smart since he got caught with Joy Taylor, man. Just been dumb take after dumb take after dumb take. I don't know who worse, real. I don't know who worse, him or that Vincent guy from ESPN.
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of what y'all were talking about these past 2 weeks. Coaching pertaining to the WNBA All-Star game, it was a fans vote. The coaches were added into the team. Okay. All right, so that wasn't the final team. Okay. So in your opinion, somebody from the Dream should be starting?
They should be represented because they're one of the best teams in the league.
All right, so coach is basically saying that they'll be represented through the coaches added.
I agree. I know the Dream got a good team, and they have three girls that could be. You got Angel, you got Alicia Gray, and you got Ryan Howard on one of the best teams in the WNBA. One of those three girls should be on the starting lineup. That's just my opinion. If you want to,
well, that's what happens when you got. That's what happens when you have the fan votes.
Yeah,
so that's true. I thought these three or one of these three had a little popularity. I mean, I hear folks
everybody tried to tell me Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are on the same level as what folk had me to believe, but it's not the case. Not the case.
Yeah, I guess not, man. Both like talking about Angel, but they just don't like. Yeah, you're right. She had not up on that level, because if she were, she would have been on the All-Star team, especially with the season she had.
Exactly.
Hey, I got an honorable mention, Coach, for you, Rev, in the red.
What's that?
2028, January the 1st, you will no longer be able to use a actual disc for your PlayStation. It's all going digital.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm talking about that on my page this week, man.
Good luck with that.
Wow.
Everything going digital, just like Netflix, Tubi, and everything. You don't, no disc involved.
Disc no more. The disc.
It's sad, man. It's just bringing all my collections like non-existent now. My CD collection don't matter no more. My DVD collection don't matter no more. And eventually my video game collection ain't gonna matter, because I don't even buy this no more. I just wait for the game to come out and do it digital now.
And you old enough to have included your VHS collection.
Oh.
You grew up in that era.
Yeah, I have. I threw them away and replaced them with the DVD, thinking, okay, the DVD's gonna last until time. Nope. DVD didn't even last. I only think they lasted 10 years before digital took them over.
Yeah. VP coping on K. Cavalli. Listen, the ancestors were going to be behind Wilson Contreras. He clearly heard what he heard after that strikeout, boy.
Oh, man. Hey, I got another incident in baseball, Vince. Did you see that Kansas City Royal fielding blunder when the pitcher tried to field the ball and threw it to the third baseman. And let's just say he missed it very badly, Real. He threw the ball, the third baseman caught it, but he didn't catch it with his glove.
Wow.
Just say he was on the field rolling over in pain for a while, Real. All because his pitcher trying to field a bunt and throw it so fast. Well, you gotta throw it at the right spot.
Let's just say.
But I'll say his aim was pretty good.
No, not in that area, bro.
Yeah.
That's painful. The VP said, Red, I'm still waiting on the makings of her next hit album, which will mean the relationship is over. Let's see how long this business charade of a relationship continues. TBC.
Now, Vincent, do you understand what I mean when I say Beyonce, how she keep a low profile? And honestly, I understand why this Rev and Ho, this is kind of what puts Beyonce up higher. Because like I say, if she not making music, she ain't trying to be all out there running her mouth about her business. She's running her mouth about this and that. It's either I got an album out, or I'm staying in the background. That's why I love you, Beyonce.
All right, the president's coping with, I really have to shake my head, NFL players such as Steve Gleason, Dwight Clark, and now Chris Johnson. Young man that hadn't reached the age of 40 diagnosed with ALS. A man that was one of 9 running backs to break 2,000 yards in the season, now reduced to communicating through a computer. Prayers for him and his family, indeed. And we'll touch on that a little later. Thanks for sharing that. Coach is coping with Brandon Ayuk, continues to pollute the NFL with his nonsense. Yeah, he's basically saying, I think, to be honest, I think he knows his career is over. Yeah, I think he realized he probably knows he's not bouncing back from that injury, right? So you don't act a fool like this if you think you're gonna play another down. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, he got paid, and he just, like I said, and I knew with the Real, with that holdout he had, I said, this holdout, nothing good gonna come from it. And man,
the president said, hey, Red, he's coping with, there'll be no bad blood with Travis, and he will shake it off. And then the VP said, I'll augment that prayers. Coach is not only the last survivor of Delaware Crossing, but he was the navigator of the Nina. Should have been on the Santa Maria, but arrived to the Spanish port 2 hours.
Oh my God, man, y'all killing Coach, man. Coach gonna remember this now. He coming for y'all next week, y'all.
VP said, Emmanuel is a CAN. It's an acronym that folks in our community will understand. Clown A Ninja. Folks like him are thirsty for clicks, and it's rather journalistically embarrassing. I would have to agree. VP said, I unfortunately credit social media with the type of takes that these cans can come up with weekly, that they want their clip to go viral, instant gratification, bottom line. He also says, I feel that the Dream's popularity is low due to the hatred of Andrew Reese, hands down, shaking my head. The president said, Acho is going to make Booger McFarland look like a Rhodes Scholar. The VP said, Coach used beta. Everyone used VHS. Coach has wrong. Now, Coach will come out of the Red and Red Sports Show and comment on himself. All these cheap shots will be addressed. Stay tuned.
I told you listening.
And the VP said, as Brandon Ayuk is typing, Antonio Brown has just entered the chat. All right. Thanks for you all sharing your dope, nope, and cope moments and jabbing Coach. I'm sure he's having a little fun in the background, reading and making his list, checking it twice, seeing who's been naughty or nice towards him during this show. All right, gentlemen.
Real finally got that one out there. I know you've been waiting a minute to say that.
All right, let's get into, I don't know why that's played in the background. That's the raw song. We want to play this one. Let's get into it. There's a lot of basketball to talk about. Yeah. And we're going to start in La La Land
Every game.
with red second team or first team, depending upon what day of the week it is, with the Los Angeles Lakers.
like
Red,
Eric say, depending on who's playing the best, real.
so Red, let's jump into it, bro.
Okay.
Your desire has finally taken place. You wanted LeBron to be off your team. That has happened. So I'm going to talk to you in two different segments. Number one, what were your initial thoughts when it was reported LeBron encouraged the Lakers to move on without him?
Man, real. I was so ecstatic. I thought that was gonna be my dope moment for the week. I really did. I actually had it as my dope moment for the week, but I said, nah, because we probably will talk about it. So I said, I'll just wait. I don't want the world to be like, man, Red too happy about this. So I said, I'll just wait. I'll take it. I won't mention LeBron at all in my dope note of Copes, because actually, to be real, I had a dope note and coat for all of these entire situations, but I decided to go with my backups. But I was very happy, real. I mean, compared to the feeling I had when he first came to the feeling I have now, I'm sure you remember two totally different feelings. I want to say it started off okay, but I remember the first season, we didn't even make the playoffs. His first season here. I totally forgot that. We didn't even make the playoffs, LeBron first season here. Now, the second season, with the 4-month interruption due to the pandemic, LeBron did deliver the Lakers a championship in the Disney World bubble, but still it was a championship. I counted ring 17, so I'm not going to act like I don't count it. But as far as where do Laker Nation hold the bubble championship, I would probably say it's probably our least discussed and our least thought of championship in all our 17 championships in Laker Nation. But it's still a championship, so it counts. LeBron got a ring, AD got a ring, so it counts. And after that, I mean, he was here for 8 years. The next 6 years, missed playoffs, playoff sweeps, first round exits, the disaster of a Westbrook trade, drafting your son to the team, knowing your son wasn't going to help us, the short term or the long term. When I look at all that, Rev, as a Laker fan, I am happy that the end is finally here. Because number one, I'm happy that, because I like to, you know me, I like to hate on LeBron a little bit. I deem myself the number one LeBron hater, in the sports term of it all. But the fact that he's been on my team these past 8 years, it's like I cheer for him during the season and then wait till the off season to get all my quips in. And I kind of hated that because that's kind of like, that's not what made Rev's number one LeBron hate. I like to do it during the season, but I can't do it if you on my team. I guess I should have thought about that when he was coming to the team. But I said, let's see what he's gonna bring. If he bring that championship lore over here. You bought it for a while and then just kind of dissipated over time. LeBron is just not the player he was when he got here. I mean, you have to expect that. He's been here 8 years. He's now in his 40s now. But you still got folks out here celebrating LeBron like he's that guy. And he's not that guy. Sure, he's still, with the way he keeps his body in shape, he's still capable of contributing in the NBA game. I mean, he can still go out there and contribute to at least be the second or third best player on the team. But the days of LeBron being the number one option and the guy that can carry your team from the bottom all the way to the top, those days are gone. I ain't gonna say long gone, but they are gone. Now, is LeBron still good enough to where he can be a second or third option to a team? Can he still help an NBA team? Yeah, he can still help an NBA team, but I prefer he not help my team. go help another team so I can hate on the journey of him trying to help another NBA team and him trying to get that fifth ring. I'd rather him do it away from Laker Nation so I can, bring my comedy and some of the people that I probably alienated back to my page so we can get this LeBron hating thing back on again. It's been just kind of, not red like LeBron being all on my team, and I got the cheer for him when the Lakers are trying to win and go far in the playoffs, even though I still got some disdain for the guy overall. But like I say, that's over with now, and LeBron's about to get a new team, and now we can get back to Red doing what he does best, and that's driving LeBron fans crazy with my constant and consistent haterade.
All right, hold on, Red. Hold on, Red. I gotta probe a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
So now that the LeBron era is over,
Uh-huh.
did the Lakers fail LeBron?
Did the Lakers fail LeBron? How so?
I'm asking you a question. If you say yes or no.
I don't think the Lakers failed him because the Lakers were pretty much taking his orders for the past 8 years. I don't understand how the Lakers could have failed him if LeBron was was right along with the Lakers making the decision. So
Okay.
I would say no right there.
Okay, because you mentioned how LeBron is no longer that guy. And you mentioned, what you don't really understand why people still think he's that guy. Now, in some fashion, the Lakers made him that guy because guys that they got, it could be argued that LeBron brought them, did not become the guys that they were supposed to be, forcing LeBron into more wear and tear, i.e. Anthony Davis. LeBron was trying to be Robin, but Anthony Davis never ascended to becoming Batman. Even this past season, LeBron was willing to even not be Robin anymore. But once playoff time came, Batman, a.k.a. Luka, was gone. Robin, a.k.a. Austin Reeves, was gone. And the only person throughout the Lakers' time that made the Lakers either relevant or competitive consistently was LeBron James. Because let's not forget, when you mentioned when he first came to the team, let's remember who was on the roster. Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram. Did I mention any NBA All-Stars yet? And they've been long gone.
No, I thought Ingram made All-Star.
No.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't mention any yet.
So LeBron helped fast forward that iteration of the Lakers that's not going anywhere, and none of them have flourished to get them out of there so that they can become relevant and championship contenders. And let's remember, the Lakers were without a playoff berth for like 10 years before LeBron came to the table. So was the LeBron era in LA actually that bad? Either side of your hate, your innate hate of LeBron, was his stay in LA actually better for the Lakers or worse for the Lakers?
I wouldn't say it was worse. Yeah, because he did bring us back to relevant again. 3-4 the previous seasons before he came, we pretty much lottery team. Tanking, trying pretty much in rebuild mode. And he got us back. He bought. We were back relevant again. We were gonna be having important games again. So yeah, he did the LeBron thing for the Lakers. It was just the results at the end. The results probably wasn't what we wanted them to be. But yeah, he did bring us back to relevancy. So yeah, I mean, it's LeBron. LeBron not gonna be on any team that's not gonna be relevant. I mean, he could be on Sacramento, and Sacramento gonna be the most talked about team while he's on Sacramento, just like he did with the Cavs. The Cavs, who were the Cavs before LeBron got there? They were Mark Price, Mike Fratello, Craig Elo. Other than that, right there, well, nobody was talking about the Cavs. LeBron come to the Cavs. Cavs are the most watched team, the most talked about team during his tenure. Same thing with the Heat. Same thing with the Lakers. Probably be the same thing with his next team. LeBron is one of the most polarizing figures in sports today. Definitely the NBA. So you have to factor that in. I can't deny that. I definitely can't deny that because I'm always talking about him, so I can't deny that. So definitely LeBron is gonna make the interest of your team, as was Falcon fans used to say, rise up.
All right. So, I'm coming to you, man. First, your thoughts about LeBron stepping away from the Lakers, and then where do you think he should go? And Red, I got two more questions for you when I come back to you. Right now, the teams that are in contention, Ho, on the second part of the question, Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, and Denver Nuggets. They are the main suitors that are coming after LeBron. So first, what did you think about LeBron stepping away from the Lakers, and then the team you think that he should go to or will go to?
Well, when I first heard it, the context of the statement just threw me. LeBron James has informed the Lakers that they can go ahead and move on. That in itself says to me that he's using his polarizing power to his advantage. And I said, well, he's acting like a king, because that statement alone says that his image and his brand is bigger than the Laker brand with that statement alone. Out of those teams that you just named, two of the teams that he's already played for.
Mm-hmm.
One of the teams he was born in Ohio, so it leads me to believe he was drafted there and he will go back there to finish his career, not to get a ring, but to put his city back into a position where the money could be made and possibly minority ownership and maybe restaurants and things of that nature to feed the community. So I think Cleveland is the place to go.
All right, before I share my thoughts, Red, let me go back to something Ho said. He brought up the fact of what LeBron said, which made him to leave. Do you believe that Austin Reeves signing for 4 years, $185 million, helped LeBron make his decision for the Lakers to move forward without him?
Wow. I mean, LeBron had to know that Austin Reeves was a priority for the Lakers going into offseason. So I mean, but if him being surprised by that's I don't think I'm buying that, because LeBron is too smart not to know that Austin Reeves was a priority for the Lakers going to the offseason. And he had to know that they weren't thinking about offering him a max contract. When you look at the $50 million they paid him this season already for his 22nd, and then he's into his 40s, he had to know that they were looking not to come to him with that amount again. He had to know that they were looking for him to take a decrease, a significant decrease, just because of his longevity. And the fact that he's been in the NBA as long as he have. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just not smart to keep paying a 40-something-year-old max dollars, even though he still can bring it. But I just don't think it would have been wise for the Lakers to invest a multi-year max contract, another multi-year max contract in LeBron with his longevity and age. That to me, that just would not have been smart. So he should have realized that type of possibility was coming, that he had to take a pay cut if he was going to keep playing.
All right, so now where will LeBron go, in your opinion?
Honestly, I agree with HO that Cleveland to me will be the best, because at least then he could go back. He says he wants a farewell tour. If you go to Cleveland, you can get the farewell tour. You want a chance to win. Last 2 or 3 seasons, Cleveland's been a championship contender since Donovan Mitchell, along with the young guys, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, whatever his name is.
Mobley.
And you got the addition of Harden and Dean Wades, and Cleveland has been building themselves to be a contender. So it's not like he'd be going back to the Cavs to lose. You'd be going back to the Cavs with a chance to win, and you'd be going back to the team that you pretty much put on the map, and they can definitely give you the farewell tour. That personally, I think you do deserve a farewell tour. I knew you wasn't gonna get it with the Lakers, and personally, I don't think you'll get it with Golden State. I don't think you'll get it with Denver, Minnesota. Now, Miami, that's a possibility. Miami might give you a farewell tour. Cleveland most definitely will give you the farewell tour. And to me, those are the only 2 destinations. If you're trying to end your career with the this is it, I'm retiring, farewell tour like Kobe got, like I'm sure Steph will probably get with the Warriors, like Duncan got with the Spurs, like all the guys who were with their franchise for a long period of time got that. LeBron, if you return to the Cavs, I don't see the Cavs not giving you the farewell tour. I mean, for everything you've done to them, and you still bought their only championship there, and you got a chance to bring another. So personally,
let me interject something, man. Let me interject something. Now, the farewell tour is not based on the team he plays for. The farewell tour is based on his career. So it doesn't matter where he plays. He's still going to get a farewell tour, because the bottom line is the farewell tour is for other teams to celebrate him. So when he goes to Madison Square Garden, if it's his last time ever playing in Madison Square Garden, the Knicks are going to celebrate. If it's his last time playing in Boston, Boston is going to celebrate him regardless if he has a Cavs, Heat, Sixers, Warriors jersey. It doesn't matter. It's because of his career. So I don't want you to tie his farewell tour tie the team he goes to primarily based on the team that will get that you feel will give him a farewell tour. He's going to get it regardless of what team he plays for.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then my mistake. Then that's kind of what I was thinking with. Okay. Well, then if you just have those teams, let me see, what would be the best fit for LeBron? Taking away him going to a team just for the farewell tour. Man. I mean, any team he go to, they'll probably he'll help. I mean, if you go to the Warriors, that'll help them. But I don't know, man. Those guys, too many old guys over there. You have Steph, you have LeBron, you Draymond. All those guys are 35 and older. I'm trying to think who would be the youngest guy over there. And they talking about they were thinking about trading for AD. Are you what? Trading for? And then you got Jimmy Butler over there, and he's old. So I mean, you have 4 legit guys, but they all 35 or older. So I mean, you'd be deluding yourself to thinking they're coming into the season thinking they all gonna play all 82 games. They're not gonna miss time during the season. So personally, I would say no to that move for LeBron, because I mean, if you miss a significant amount of time and Steph missing time, then that's gonna just hurt y'all record to gonna affect your playoff chances. So there's no point of you going over there if now y'all not gonna go on a run. LeBron,
so who's the team, Red? Who's the team, Red? Come on, give it the team.
Okay.
Stop filibustering.
Minnesota or Cleveland?
Minnesota. How did you get Minnesota?
Oh, that one of the team? that he had?
Well, they weren't one of the main teams, but it is one of the teams that has an outside chance. Now, why would you go with Minnesota?
Well, I mean, if you go over there with Ant-Man and Ball, I mean, ain't too much pressure on you. I mean, they'll be the top 2 guys. So you just be number 3 guy. You pretty much just be the guy going over there to lead. You be going over there for leadership. And, and they'll look to you for leadership, and you can just pretty much be a mentor for those 2 guys. Teach them how to properly win.
So you think LeBron wants to go to the freezing cold just to be a mentor? Come on, man. Remember,
I ain't really gave remember. I mean, like I say, my initial destination was Cleveland.
Okay, so, outside of Cleveland, where he was from, that justifies him being cold, right? But let's think about the other cities he's chosen.
Well, give me the
Miami.
Pat Riley ain't gonna have him back.
And Los Angeles. He ain't about trying to freeze without purpose. He ain't trying to freeze without reason, right? So the main teams they are saying are Miami, Golden State, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Denver.
Oh, I forgot about Philadelphia. Okay, I go with Philly and Cleveland now. Take Minnesota. I forgot about Philly being an option. Philly and Cleveland. Those are the options I go with. Because he got a real chance to win with Philly. I mean, when you think of, and you talking about pressure, ain't gonna be no pressure. Because you got Maxey, you got Jaylen Brown, you got VJ Edgecombe, and I promise you, let LeBron come to Philly. Oh, Embiid, he'll get a little healthier again. Oh boy, Embiid might play 40 games this year. He might play 50 games over there with LeBron, because LeBron gonna tell him how to stay in shape. LeBron will probably give him some pointers on how to keep himself in shape. You know what? That's the team. I forgot. Philly. Philly is the team I'm gonna lock in. Philly is, I think that's the best bet if you want to go on another championship run. Now keep in mind, I'll be hating now. You us LeBron haters will be in the background hating on you. But to me, that will give you your best option other than going back home to Cleveland. But Philly is the team.
All right, so he finally landed on Philly. Hov landed on Cleveland. What's going on, fellas? And chat smashed that like button. What's up, Winston? Winston said Austin contract wasn't going to change anything because he's not signing until the Lakers are done with free agency. His money isn't going to affect free agency. Coach is raising the question. You think LeBron wants to go back to Cleveland and play with Harden? The VP said LBJ has to head to Cleveland for his farewell tour. Cleveland made the playoffs. Harden is still a defensive liability, but maybe he could cover up those deficiencies, go where it all started. Now, LeBron can't cover up any defensive deficiencies these days. He's one himself now. Wednesday said Bron left LA because they can't build a team. If you look at the championship roster, they tore that down after the season. Pelinka has yet to put a competent team around Bron since 2020. VP said Pat Riley, would not have LBJ back, but out of class, he would show him some love on his farewell tour. He has 2 more chips that he wouldn't have if LBJ didn't bring the circus to South Beach. Mad respect. Quick point. It's been reported that Pat Riley and LeBron James have mended fences, and with the roster that the Miami has right now, they could use LeBron being a ball handler right now. All right, so just keep
one question, real. Can LeBron bring his cookies on the plane this time?
The friend said at this point, LBJ doesn't care about being a leader. It's all about legacy. He will go back to Cleveland. LBJ's skin isn't coarse enough for Philly. I'm going to come back to them. I'm going to come back to them. If Bron goes to Philly, it's a wrap. He would definitely win his 5th ring. VP said Joe Greg Odenby may take offense to someone coming to the team that has a bigger name than him. GSW or Cleveland are the most viable landing spots. President Red will help LBJ even if he went to the Washington Generals.
Hey, whatever team you go to, that is gonna be that's the team I'm hating on. But Philly would definitely be a good option. I mean, I'm hating regardless.
It is the best option for him for so many reasons. Number one is the best option because he won't have to play 82 games.
What?
He could be on load management all season long. You don't have to worry about back-to-backs when you got Maxey, Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, and Joel Embiid. Number two, Joel Embiid would welcome LeBron James because there'd be less attention to the awful contract that the Sixers gave him when they extended him. So Joel Embiid is probably texting LeBron and say, by any means necessary, come here so you can get these people off my back and they won't be looking at my contract. All right. Number three, LeBron's legacy will expand even more if he delivers in any capacity a championship to the Philadelphia 76ers that's been absent a championship since the 1980s. So if LeBron wins a championship, catch this, in not only Miami, LA, but Philadelphia, LeBron is king in multiple areas, multiple regions. If the Knicks had lost to the Spurs, it would have been quite conceivable he would have put the Knicks on his list. But he can't afford to go to the Knicks since they won a championship, because if they don't win a championship with his addition, then they'll look at him as the thorn in the Knicks' flesh. They're going to point the finger at him. So now the Sixers, who are championship-less, are the most reasonable team, for him to go to. If Golden State would have had some more ballers, then that would have been something to look at. But him and Steph would be great box office, but it's not delivering a championship.
So they're not going to play that many games together because they both stay out too much.
They stay out too much. Yeah. And see, LeBron wants to be ready when playoff time comes. What team will he be allowed to rest his body and be ready for the playoffs? Because he wants to play meaningful minutes in the playoffs. He's already worn his body out too long for his latter years in Cleveland and his latter years in LA. So now it's about, I want to be able to coast and then deliver when playoff time comes. The VP said Rob Pelinka has to be proud of the Costco cartel that he's built since LBJ informing him of his departure. VP said, Reverend Dr., you're right. Joel Embiid needs that spotlight elsewhere. If he delivers a chip in Philly, Lord, have mercy. The world would lose its mind. Immediate statue next to the great Rocky Balboa. VP said Julius Winfield Irvin, the second co-signs on this potential move. LBJ may be Philly bound. Those tickets are going up 45%. Facts, and I will only go to one for the year because I need a
Rev, he coming to your town. I know you're gonna be happy with that. You're gonna go back to how you was when you first moved to Coatesville at the Phillies game, at the Sixers game almost every day. Hey, Joe, Rev gonna have a permanent seat at the Sixers game. We already gonna look. They're gonna Rev right there in his seat, boy. Rev.
You know who's gonna be the happiest person in the Harris household? Mama Sylvia Jones Harris, because she'll have LeBron here and her boy Tyrese Maxey from University of Kentucky. Man.
Now I know this gonna happen. LeBron, you got to be smart. See, LeBron ain't no dummy. He know this. LeBron, you know Philly your best option, man. Stop with all the BS. Tell folks and make this decision now. Either you going home to Cleveland or you going to Philly to chase that fifth ring. Either way.
And see, the reason why Cleveland is a stretch, why would he want to play with two defensive liabilities at guard? James Harden and D. Mitchell? Go ahead, tell him why.
Because they have a coach that he can actually outcoach.
But at this juncture, those days worked when he was able to carry a team by himself. Those days are over. So I don't think he would have much issue if he goes to Philadelphia. He ain't gonna have much issue with Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse would welcome his thoughts. And then also he'll respect Nick Nurse a little bit because he's a championship coach. And actually, LeBron at this state of his career needs something that he normally didn't need, and that is somebody to coach him and coach the team. When he was LeBron, he thought he was the coach. He acted like the coach, but now he needs somebody to actually be able to coach and manage the personalities. And Nick Nurse is a great person to manage personalities. He did that with Kawhi Leonard, and he could do that with Jaylen Brown.
Man, and this dude can coach young players too. I didn't know he was this good. I mean, he coached the young guys in Toronto, and he already coached up these young guys in Philly.
Yeah. Edgecombe, So I think that's the coaching is going to come into play, because if LBJ were classic LBJ, then coach, I would totally agree with you, Ho, that he would probably go to Cleveland. So he could coach the team. But now at this stage where he needs somebody to be able to coach, because he's not going to play as much. So I think it'll be different. Let's see. VP said, I have an office in Philly. I will make a reason to be there for a home game. I know that's right. Winston said, Rich Paul just released a statement saying he doesn't expect LeBron to make his decision in the next few days. Of course he doesn't. Because to Ho's point, LeBron is soaking up this last moment of free agent stardom. He wants the news cycle to be on him. This is designed to let people know I might not be LeBron, the LeBron you remember, but I still have star power. I still am a mover and shaker in this league. The league and the fans still pay attention to what I do. So this right here might stroke his ego, and some might call his narcissism. But the reality
Real, you see what's going on. You see what's going on, Real. So now you can understand why the haters. All this doing is fueling the haters right here. So,
and the bottom line is it's increasing his name in the news cycle.
Oh yeah,
So
now, that's why I say,
LeBron has mastered the PR game.
Definitely.
Definitely. So he wants the haters to be talking about him. And if the haters talk too much, that might fuel his decision.
I'm telling you, LeBron going to fit. It's either two spots now, because I didn't think I had forgot about the Philly option. He either going back home or he going to Philly to chase that fifth ring. I know now for a fact. So he can take all day. You can take weeks and months, LeBron. But me and Rev have figured out this mystery. So it's over with now. I figured out what you gonna do.
Now check this out. What LeBron is doing right now actually increases his, how do I want to put it? His argument for being the GOAT. Here's why. Here's why. Nobody was checking for Jordan to move the needle when he was playing with the Wizards. Everybody is still wondering where LeBron goes, because they still believe wherever he goes, he's helping to potentially bring a championship. So this right here is actually putting a feather in the GOAT cap for LeBron, because at this age, he's still moving the needle of relevance to a team that he goes to. So I thought I'd throw that in there.
It's definitely giving folks something to add to the little argument. Now he's definitely the GOAT of longevity. I give him that. He's the GOAT of NBA longevity, because this is what season 20. What he might make it to 25 seasons.
Yeah, he might, and that may be his goal. The VP
Yeah.
said this isn't about money either. Win-win situation, load management, farewell tour. Mode, the Philly fans will learn to embrace him. And you're right, Reverend Dr. Joel's contract, folks will have a goldfish memory until next July in the year of our Lord, 2027. The VP said this is narcissism in a good way. That's my oxymoron for today. I agree with that. Joe Black, what's up, bro? I don't know why I assume y'all were off today. Yeah, it's not a holiday for the Red and Red Sports Show. VP said if LBJ has the Philly and gets that ring, Kobe Bean will be smiling on him more ways than you know. And that's the play on Kobe Bryant being from the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with that.
Ho, you got a final word before we go into halftime?
Yes. Can you share some of your clutch sports paraphernalia that you just got for that LeBron James segment that you just did?
I'm not on the payroll, man. I'm not on.
Hey, Ho, I swear I used to think that so much, man. I think Rev Ho calling you out too, man. But I ain't to be fair to Rev, H.O., Rev, the LeBron discussion is a lot more fair now. It's not more fandom as it was when we first started. It's more in the fair because I gotta give you credit, Rev. You look at the whole picture now. Unlike a lot of these other LeBron fans, you do look at the whole picture and give a detailed, educated response about what's going on now. You don't let your fandom control your response.
So that's what was the feeling was when we used to be in person.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I you can hear just a little bit. I was like, well, Rev, you sure pushing for LeBron to come to Philly. You must already got season tickets. That's probably
nah. We may have to take a mortgage out to get some season tickets. My mother would love to have season tickets again if LeBron came to Philly, but it just makes sense. It makes the most perfect sense. And then the other piece is, and I'll just close it so we move on. It's an easier road to the championship in the Eastern Conference. Let's think about it. You had Jaylen Brown, LeBron to Maxey, Edgecombe, and Embiid. You're better than the Knicks, in my opinion, right? The Celtics lessened their strength by getting rid of their best player last year. And, it could be argued if Tatum is healthy, who's the best player. But Jaylen Brown was simply the best player all year long last year, and he was the reason why they were the number 2 seed. So they trade him away, so that makes the Boston weaker rather than stronger. We know the Cavs have not done anything to improve their progress. They got swept by the Knicks. Detroit didn't do anything to really increase them becoming the number 1 seed again. Will they be decent? Yeah, but are you willing to say a Cade Cunningham-led team and they don't even know they're going to have Duren. I'm sure they're going to match the contract of their center, but they haven't made a move that's going to make them better than the Sixers. So it's just the Sixers are the most logical place because think about it. Does he want to play San Antonio or OKC again, having to possibly play both of them just to get out the West? I don't know about that at this juncture of his career. All right, so as Red is going dark, we're going to go on halftime real quickly. We'll be right back with the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We got a lot of basketball to talk. We're going to get more specific in some of the moves that were made. We'll be right back.
All right.
Oops. We're back for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We hope that you've enjoyed the first half. We talked a lot about LeBron James, and we have some more talk that will come from an NBA perspective. But let's shift gears real quickly as we get ready to continue on. Let's see. We have some comments that need to be read. The vice president said LBJ is the epitome of taking care of your body as a professional athlete. No doubt, he's literally
I agree with that.
millions of dollars. Joe Black said, I apologize. You already spoke on it. Rev, do you think Philly is an option? Of course, no doubt about it. Winston said, I'll show you exactly why LeBron left the Lakers. The Wizards now are a better team than the Lakers with trade DeBonster, AD, and Ayton. Now, I don't know. I think there's going to be another trade because you got to remember they still got Sarr there, and Ayton and AD being there gets in the way of Sarr unless Ayton is coming off the bench, and I don't know if you want Ayton's personality in that group that can affect the Bonster. So,
and AD, I'm laughing at these Wizards fans. You really think y'all can depend on AD for how many games? 25?
I think they're going to wind up. I think part of that Ayton trade is dealing with the reality AD doesn't want to be there.
Duh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
I would be surprised if AD work his way to Philly.
Well, no, they can't get him, and they really be over the luxury tax if they bring because he's still got a major contract. So,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the contract.
yeah, LeBron now is no longer going to be a major contract situation. So that's the difference. The VP said Reverend Doctor is what we call a consultant for the Rich Paul Clutch Sports. Look, Holder brought this craziness to the table. Lord have mercy. Winston said, Red, how many games you think you can depend on Luka while you're talking about AD? Ooh. Oh. He said, well, that ain't no.
We can depend on Luka.
How many? How many games you think?
We can depend on Luka way more than AD. Hasn't Luka been durable in his career more than AD? Hasn't Luka led his team to the finals? As AD? What has AD led any team to? He barely couldn't even beat Robin on the team without getting hurt. Definitely can't be Batman. And we talking about a guy that's been all NBA first team, multiple times, but all of a sudden AD is more durable than him? Okay.
That's a good point. Made some good points right there. That's good points right there, Red. Coach said
that was a dumb question, but okay.
Coach said Ayton plus AD equals ambulance. And then the VP said, whoa, Winston, you're talking about Luka's Beige Brigade now. Laugh out loud. All right. Let's shift gears.
No time.
The Casserole Collective is out to prove some points this season. We're gonna get on that. We're gonna get on that new look Lakers, Sue, real quickly. We're gonna talk about that in our 5 for 5. So stay tuned. I love that. The Casserole Collective. Whoa!
Hey. All these nicknames, I'm loving these nicknames.
We're going to get to it. But let's talk some baseball real quickly. Red, we got the Braves report. It's a little better than last week, but not much better. But here we go. The Braves report coming to you in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Oh boy, the June month has finally ended, and I hope that's the end of the June swoon. Well, the Braves, they survived it though. It didn't look like it, but they survived it. They still in first place, surprisingly though. But boy, I mean, I saw my post this weekend. Since June 9th, the Braves went 5-14. 5 games, only one since June 9th. Take away last night. But boy, this pitching has been atrocious over these last few months. Atrocious. I swear, Brad, I think our starting lineup might be over that entire span. Our starting rotation might be the worst in baseball over that span. I know our record was, Braves' record was the worst over baseball in the entire month of June. It had to compete with the Florida Marlins having the best record in the month of June at 20-6. Ain't that something? Well, it didn't help them out much because they still behind the Braves. Probably double. Let me see where the Marlins at. Still behind. Yes, well, it helped them a little bit. They just 5.5 games back. But like I say, this shows me that the Phillies and some of these other teams in our division may not be as good as we think they are, because with the season, with the month the Braves had, you would have thought Phillies, Marlins, and Nationals would have overtook the Braves in division. You would have thought the Braves, looking back, would have been in 4th place by now. But nope, it's June 4th. Happy 4th of July. And the Braves are still 51-35 with a 3-game lead in the NL East. Had 4 games this week. You went 2-2. Usually we would have, beginning of the season, we usually have 4 games. We go 4-0 and 3-1. But that was at the beginning of the season. Those days are over now. Now we are just holding on, clutching our fists, praying our hands, and just holding on like we did last night. Holding on, baby. Even Iglesias trying to give it away in the night. Just holding on, man, because that's what the Braves are now. They Braves don't turn into the Falcons now. This season's Braves are, I mean, edge of your seat and just hope for the best. I mean, even if they score first or they don't score first, edge of your seat, hope for the best. The pitcher might go out and give you a quality start, might give you a rough start. Like I say, the bullpen might be lights out one night, then shoot, the other day get killed. Like what was that? The last St. Louis game we had. Oh my God. I swear we entered one of the innings with a 5-3 lead. That inning ended with us being down 6-5, and we go on to lose the game 11-5. Thank God the Cardinals got out of town. Oh boy. So this is where we at with our Braves now. Just a lot of hoping and wishing and praying until our GM hopefully makes a move at the trade deadline. But this pitching staff has got to improve. Like Rev told you earlier before, we only really have one pitcher we can depend on, and that's Chris Sale. Maybe Ronaldo Lopez is getting his groove back, maybe. But other than those two, Martin Perez was okay, but even he got rocked the other night. So, like I say, Sale has been the most consistent, but even he can only give you 5 or 6 innings. So, like I say, the Braves definitely need to make a move or two at the trading deadline, but we're still in first place. We still holding strong. That's why I say it all the time. That's why when it comes to baseball, you start off hot, and maybe, just maybe, you can survive the lull, the lull times. And boy, have we had them. And we survived so far. 3-game lead. Hopefully the Phillies will keep being inconsistent until the Braves can figure this thing out. But thank God we in the division we are, because if not, the Braves would have already lost this league by now. But like I say, we had 4 games this week, went 2-2, still got a 3-game lead in the division. I see the bats maybe look like they coming around. Michael Harris picking up his groove again. Olsen, 2 home runs last night. Ozzie been probably the most consistent bat overall, surprisingly. So waiting for Ronald to come back, waiting for Daniel Baldwin to get his groove back. He only had 2 hits since he come off the 3 hits, maybe 5. I don't think it's been more. Daniel Baldwin has not had more than 5 hits since he's returned from the DL. So we got to get him back raking again. And overall, we just got to get these Braves back playing consistently. But like I say, still in first place with a 3-game lead. The month of June is over with. Hopefully the month of July can bring some brighter results.
All right. Ho, you want to jump in and say anything in regards to the Braves?
Yeah, Yeah, his name is Drake.
Drake. I want to say Daniel. Man, I'm thinking about the
Yeah,
actors, y'all. My
I,
ball. I'm
I
thinking about
thought you.
Daniel Ball and Alec Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, but but let's not forget about Austin Riley not hitting his weight nor his salary.
That is facts. That is facts. And the Braves may have to change their philosophy. I think they were going to probably try to extend Baldwin, but then with his injury, and he hadn't been the same, and I think they brought him back too quickly. And part of that was because they were trying to stop this downward spiral because they needed his bat in the lineup since Acuna went down, and now it's backfiring a little bit. Thank God for Ozzy Albies. He's been the MVP along with Michael Harris. They've been the two MVPs for the team this year. Albies is playing lights out. They need to work on his extension now. Let him be a career Atlanta Brave.
I agree with that, Rev. I agree with that.
Yeah, and Michael Harris is stepping up big time, and he better keep stepping up wearing all these flashy colors. You can't wear all that flash and not produce. So if you're going to wear all these neon colors, let's continue the production, brother. But I will say that I found some solace in the pitching situation because I really like after the first inning, Hurston Waldrop. The way he pitched against Carter. First inning was rocky, but then he really started showing his stuff, and his stuff is major. And if he can stay healthy, I think he would definitely be the number 2 to what the Braves have right now. He could arguably get up to number 1 if he can give the Braves more than 6 innings, because he gave them 5 the other day, and he probably could have given them 6 because the first inning was the only inning that he ran into trouble. But they're saying A.J. Smith Shawver is supposed to be on his way back. We'll see. And I guess if the Braves somehow hold on to this league, that's going to cause AA to slow walk this trade deadline. If somehow they get behind, he might fast forward it. So if the Braves
don't wait, man. Make a move, man. What you waiting on?
I agree, but I think his mindset is if I can wait and see if A.J. Smith-Shawver comes back and is able to be productive, then from a playoff perspective, I possibly have Sale, Hurston Waldrop, and Shawver as my 1, 2, 3. So now, do I have to buy high in order to bring somebody else in? I think that's the mindset that he's going in. If the Braves start losing like they were in June, then that time clock guy has to accelerate because you can't run the risk of being in the wild card. You know what I'm saying? Because that'd be an epic failure after you had this big old lead. So I think if the Braves can stay ahead and buy Shawver some time to get back, which may prevent them from selling the farm. And I think that's what he's trying to do to prevent the Braves from having to sell high, because the Detroit Tigers are going to try to get everything to get Scarborough. That's just the bottom line. And I would rather Braves not have to sell high, but if he's the best guy that gives the Braves a chance to win, then you just got to sell high.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. We'll see.
Now you should, with the picks we got in the farm system, may not be selling that high anyway, because all of them came up to be not as, as advertised. I'll say that.
Right. No doubt about it. Because, I mean, who's the last Brave starter that came from the farm system that we have great hope in?
That's a good question.
It's not since, I mean, if we're really honest, it's not since like Tom Glavine.
Yeah,
who
the
was
old
consistently good. Now it could be argued Max Fried, right? But
Yeah.
Fried was oftentimes injured. And, you know, he helped us win that World Series in 21.
Yeah.
And he had a good season. You know, he had about 3 or 4 strong, good seasons. But we can't ever say he maxed out, no pun intended, to be the guy. Yeah, like he was never that guy that was always the ace because sometimes he was hurt. So, like, Tom Glavine is the last guy I can remember who came up through the system and really produced for an extended period of time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And very fine position players just can't. Yeah, they're pitching.
Now we need to see. We need to see if Leo Mazzoni has a son that we can hire.
Yeah, he's a rocket.
Because he was the pitcher coach.
And he kept them pitchers healthy.
Healthy, yeah. That's very true. Great point. Great point, Hope. William Waddell said Matt Olson has returned, my guys. About time. All right. Well, he had 2 home runs last night. Let's see if we continue to see him on his tear.
Yeah, he also had 2 errors in the last 2 games too.
Ooh, that's not good. Olson, you've been on your defense now.
Waddell said Alex Baldwin could pitch, call this AS squared too. He said, yeah, Harris and Albies have been keeping us alive out there. Ain't no doubt about it.
And Dubon. So let's not forget about Mauricio Dubon.
Yeah, Dubon. Yeah. Now his bat has slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But him being a utility guy has helped plug in the holes that we need, especially with all these guys being injured, put him in the outfield. Yeah. Him being a utility guy has been excellent. His bat for a minute was real high.
Right.
For a minute, he had that 1 or 2 series, hit them like 3 home runs in 3 straight games. He's cooled off a little bit, but he does make clutch plays, man.
Yeah. And he sacrifices him on the bench, so he don't have to play shortstop. He can go out in the field.
Yeah,
Mateo play short. Keep that $20 million on the bench.
So how do y'all feel? Last thing, how y'all feel about the Braves calling up that kid Jarvis up to play shortstop to bat against right-hand pitching?
I like that. Jim Jarvis can hit. He's a good hitter. He's got a lot of young. He's a young guy with a lot of upside to him. I wish we had kept him in the lineup before instead of being so quick to send him back down. But I like Jim Jarvis up here. I'd rather you platoon Jarvis than Mateo. Kim, we just gonna have to eat that dude. We gave you a chance. You hand produced for us, and we trying to maintain first place. We can't keep putting you in and out the lineup, and you batting. Oh, your batting average is under the Mendoza line, my man. You about to be batting
way under.
Yeah, so it's no. You can't justify putting his back in the lineup right now. You just can't. I'm sorry. If anything, you need to send him down to AAA club and let him get some bats down there, see if he can get his groove back. But you ain't helping us at all up here, Kim. And eventually,
they just may have to do the same thing that they did when they got him. He was deactivated from a team. That's how the Braves got him. And he lightning struck in a bottle, did well with the Braves, and then they re-signed him. But ever since he took that fall in Japan, ever since he took that fall in Japan, he ain't been right. So something else happened, man.
We forgot to mention Andrew McCutchen signed with the Braves too, a minor league contract deal. I guess he gonna be a locker room
guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I'm glad to see the Braves putting some black guys on the team. That's when they were at their peak back when we were younger, right? Because I remember when the whole outfield was black. Yeah, Otis Nixon, Dave Justice, Ryan Gant, Deion Sanders, Brian George, all them cats. And for a minute, they're the only guys that were black were the international guys like Albies and Acuna. But, it's good to see Michael Harris out there, Dominic Smith. Now, if McCutchen, we're praying for something to come out of him. McCutcheon used to be
maybe a couple at bats a week. Just give us a few at bats a week. Give us a lot of leadership in the clubhouse. Keep us energized and pumped up.
Playoff player.
So now, who do you take off the field to add McCutcheon?
No, he's for the playoff.
He'll be the DH,
He's
maybe
for the playoff.
Nah, you can't have him DH over Dominic Smith right now.
No.
Well,
And then somehow,
playoff.
if a miracle, is Sean Murphy out for the season?
he might well be. I want to sit him back.
The reason why I just brought him up is because if by chance a miracle happens and he comes back, then that gives you another DH where they could trade him, switch off him and Drake Baldwin.
Yeah.
But I think the Braves just got to cut their losses with Sean Murphy.
Yeah.
Like it's a wrap now. It's got like he has gotten every type of injury you can imagine. Like I've never seen a dude come off the injured list just to go back on basically a day later. And now I think the ownership is gonna be like, Alex, no more long-term contracts. Because you got burned with Sean Murphy, you got burned with Strider. You're getting burned with Riley right now.
Oh my God! Whoa,
and I think somebody needs to show Austin Riley what he looked like when he first came to the league. Because now he a bit Hollywood. If you look at it, got his hair smooth back. We need the prickled Riley hair. We need him back when you wasn't making millions of dollars. We need the thousandaire Riley to come back. Because this millionaire look ain't doing it for us.
Real. So what you really trying to say? You want the pre-marriage Austin Riley instead of the post-marriage Austin?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know marriage was in the equation, but obviously this woman is tearing his career up if he got married.
We got kids, got kids and everything, man. Real. You see, y'all. You say, I see how he having his hair slicked back. Hey, letting it grow a little bit, like he's trying to be Fabio or something, man. Austin, go back to the old school Mississippi look. You know
we want Mississippi Riley.
Yeah,
not Buckhead Riley. We don't need Buckhead Riley. We need Mississippi Riley. All right, gentlemen, let's move on real quickly. We got 5 hot topics for our 5 for 5 segment. And if the VP is still around, we definitely await his instructions. If he's still around. And William Waddell said, great to see you, Red.
What's up, William?
All right. Is the VP here? Going once. Going twice. He must have stepped away. He must not be a Braves fan.
Yes, I have to do it. Cue the
Here we go.
There you go.
Cue the Lunas. Thank you, VP. I was getting a little nervous that you left us. Thank you, sir. The cue has been made. And here we go. Let's do it. This is our segment 5 for 5 where we talk 5 hot topics. Preferably for 5 minutes.
You got you, Vince. I told you, Coach Wade. Coach Wade.
Coach Wade don't try to get the VP on that one. Thank you, Mr. President, right being there if the VP didn't step in on time.
Boy.
We appreciate you, gentlemen. 5 for 5. 5 hot topics coming your way. All right, gentlemen. Y'all know the rules. We'll give you a minute to talk by yourself. And then once you get to the group's scene, 15 seconds, wrap it up. And if there's any time left, I'll join in the conversation. Red, we'll start with you. We're talking Chris Johnson being diagnosed with ALS. What do you have to say, Red?
Like our president mentioned earlier, it's just an unfortunate and sad situation, especially with him being so young And he's not even 40 years old yet. And like I said, he can't communicate anymore. He has to communicate through a computer. And like you say, your heart just goes out to him and his family and his kids. And you just pray that he can hold on and hang on as long as he possibly can, because everybody I know that's gotten since he passed on, with the guy Steve Gleason from the Saints, of course Lee Garrett, and even recently the actor from Grey's Anatomy, he was in Bad Boys for Life, Eric James, who was recently diagnosed with it, and he passed on a few months ago. So man, to go from that high we was just on discussing this with ALS is a serious condition. Like you say, your heart and prayer just go out to Chris Johnson and his family. And you just remember the good times with him in the NFL, 2,000 yards, and just all his NFL accomplishments. Just pray and have a sympathy for his family.
Oh, what you got on this, man?
Man, this should be a wake-up call to the NFL to take this physical pounding and all these other things kind of serious. Whether it's concussion protocol, whether it's a mental health, wellness, the NFL should spend more time dealing with health in the off season rather than trying to pick the perfect game at the perfect time to get the best viewers. But this is a sad situation. Prayers to his family, prayers to him, and I hope he continues to get better, or if it's possible to get better. But this should be a definite warning shot to the NFL to understand that it is much more than the NFL, than just playing sports and making money. Mental wellness is serious, concussions is serious, and this is also a serious deal. So NFL, let's wake up.
All right, well said. The VP said prayers to Chris Johnson and his family. ALS is absolutely no joke. Sad. He also says ALS is literally something I would never wish on the worst enemy that you could ever have. I don't question, Lord. Again, prayers to Chris and his family and any other suffering from that debilitating disease. And this really gives more, I guess, meaning to what many were doing a few years ago, which was the ALS challenge, where people were filming themselves being dumped with ice water. And I just looked it up because I remember I participated in it at the gym where I used to work, LA Fitness at Camp Creek. And it said the challenge was designed to simulate the sudden shocking loss of muscle control that ALS patients experience. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. And Lord knows, man, that cold water makes you realize your muscles react much differently when all that cold water is put on you, man. So just think about what the temporary feeling was like just doing a challenge, but having to live like that the rest of your life, or potentially the rest of your life, is real sad. But prayers definitely go up to Chris Johnson, one of the best running backs for his era when he played, particularly for the Tennessee Titans. The VP said in 90% of the cases, 10 to 15% are familiar, meaning they're caused by inherited genetic defect. Thanks for giving us that insight, Mr. VP. From that heavy moment, let's go to a lighter moment. Kawhi Leonard is traded back to the team that he helped deliver a championship to. They get rid of the Raptors, Brandon Ingram, and they bring in Kawhi Leonard, an NBA champion that they are familiar with. Hold your thoughts on Kawhi going back to Canada where he left.
Now he can be actually out of the spotlight in LA and go back to where he won the championship and continue his Wingstop sponsorship partnership. So hopefully everything could be all right. I think he was very, very quiet in Toronto. And then when they won that championship, then his name kind of exploded. So, but he'll be back in familiar territory. We'll see what else he got left going down the stretch. See if he can stay healthy. But good look for him going back to where he won the championship. He'll be well received going back to the Raptors. Good luck to you.
Brett, what you got?
Man, Toronto with Brandon Ingram and Glorilla that big of like half of the deal with. Man, y'all just ship Brandon Ingram out like it ain't. No, I'm just playing. But kind of surprising that the Kawhi wanted to go back to Toronto. Man, I didn't think he liked being there. I could have swore when he was there, he was doing everything he could to get up out of there. Even doing the championship run, he wasn't making no promises. I'll be back. I mean, as soon as after the run was over, he couldn't wait to get up out of town. So the fact that he's back, that's very surprising. Like I say, I guess the team. I agree with mostly everything H.O. say. Town definitely will embrace him. He'll embrace him because he's familiar playing there. But it's surprising because I thought when he was there, he was just ready to leave, ready to get back to the States. So I guess maybe the Canada life suits him very fine. And H.O. he's quiet everywhere he is. So I mean, anything you play for, he'll be quiet. So Toronto might fit him well. They still win games. He got anything left because you still got him. You still got the Scotty Barnes, I think, over there. You still got what's the kid that went to Duke?
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett. So they still got. You still think you got a big man or two over there. So you still got a little nucleus over there. It's not like you're going over to a lottery team. And Brandon Ingram, dude, they just passing you around the NBA like a blunt on April 20th, man. When you gonna find a team that actually work?
Yeah, no doubt. This is going back to Coach. Talking about ALS, he said my school did it to me. That was a true shock. The ALS challenge. The president said Kawhi will now be holding hands with Drake after games, skipping down the avenue. The VP says, "Say Drake." Ha 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 ha. I think this was the best thing for Kawhi in this season of his career. He's going to be celebrated no matter what he does in Toronto because he delivered them their only championship. So this is the best case scenario. Kawhi can be hurt for the rest of his career. And they really won't care in Toronto. There's not going to be a whole lot of spotlight. And really for his personality, this is the best place that he could be. Since he did not deliver with the big lights, did not deliver a chip with Paul George, James Harden, that ship had to sink. And Steve Ballmer said, I've invested too much money in a new stadium to continue on with the Kawhi Leonard train that continues to come off the track when it's time to deliver. So he said, let's go in a new direction. Let's rebuild. We got this young kid that we traded for, James Harden for, Darius Garland, the point guard. Got this kid from Illinois that we drafted, Deaton Wagner. Then they're basically saying, let's build around them. We'll see what Brandon Ingram can do with this group. If not, we'll send him out, or eventually it'll be a salary dump. But Toronto really got better with Kawhi if he can stay healthy. Because I'd rather have Kawhi Leonard with RJ Barrett. They got Emmanuel Quickly over there, too, that used to be with the Knicks. Right. Then they got Scotty Barnes. Right. Kawhi is more of somebody you can depend on than Brandon Ingram any day, every day. And that's one of those Lakers guys that LeBron inherited, too. They hadn't panned out to do nothing. So
thank you, LeBron, for getting rid of that dead weight on the Lakers, man. I'm glad that LeBron came and we got to see how all these guys panned out. Don't forget Randall, too. The Randall, the Ingram,
Julius
the
Randle.
Kuzma, the Ball, yeah, man. Well, our team would have been. Ooh, look at all these B players. We don't have no Batman in any of those guys I just named.
And catch this, all of them were lottery picks. The VP said Kyle Lowry just put down a tub of Ben and Jerry's Moose Tracks and into the chat.
Oh yeah, he's retiring.
He may not try to retire, may try to stay on Philadelphia's bench one more year now that they got all this stuff.
No. He went back to Toronto.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were gonna say he might try to stay on Toronto's bench and see if they can sneak off to another run again.
Oh, all right, Red. It's on.
Mhm.
No, we're back you. Who went first last time?
It might be on me, Red.
I did.
Okay, Red. Jaylen Brown moves
It's
south.
on red.
Okay, thank y'all. Jaylen Brown moves south to Philly. Boston let him go. We talked a little bit about it. Red, unleash. What you got for us?
I cannot believe Boston, y'all are that stupid and dumb. Well, I can, but I mean, God, how dumb can you be? Y'all love Jason Tatum that much? I mean, you know what? This is gonna backfire on y'all Celtics, man, because this guy right here was the guy you should have taken care of. Not no Tatum. I mean, Tatum is good, but I wouldn't be disrespecting this guy in favor of Tatum because this guy is your dog, man. This guy just put the dog in Philadelphia. This guy, with putting him to Philly, y'all might have just put Philly over the top. You absolute morons in Boston. You probably just gave Philly the championship. You definitely just gave him the East championship. Because, man, and if you add LeBron to this, oh, my God. Boston, oh. But, hey, man, look. I hate on it if LeBron came, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be mad if Philly won it all, man, because this is what you deserve, Boston. Now, of course, they were playing against my Lakers. I was cheering for them. But, hey, Philly in the East, they're not over my Hawks either. But take away the Hawks, playing against my Hawks or playing against my Lakers, man, this team is going to be something to watch. And like I said, if you add LeBron to this mix, boy, this is going to be probably the most polarizing team in the NBA, at least for next season. So thank you, you dumb idiots up in Boston, led by Brad. Rev say you can't believe Brad Stevens could be stupid. I can. But so thank you, you big dummy Brad Stevens. Your pride and your stubbornness over Jaylen Brown don't lead you to make Philly the better team. Y'all can forget being good because Philly gonna kill y'all when they play y'all, man. Jaylen Brown is gonna destroy you.
Oh, what you got?
This is when I first heard the news, I got to thinking and I said, there's got to be something to this where everything keeps quiet and all of a sudden this happens. It has to be something that was going on that we don't know about to trade your best player to a contending team in your same conference. I mean, just it don't make sense. Absolutely don't make sense. So, I mean, to me, something else behind the scenes is going on that we just don't know about. And I'm pretty sure it'll come out pretty soon because everybody is media darlings at this point. If you got a cell phone, you got a camera, you're in the media. So it's going to come out because you can't trade your best player to a rivalry or a top contender in your conference that's going to probably put you out of contention. So it just don't make sense to me, and I'm still trying to figure out how this happened.
All right, and Jaylen Brown was saying basically the same thing. It's more than meet the eye, that meets the eye. So he was saying that same thing you were saying, Ho. BP said Jaylen was too woke for Brown. They didn't like the Ebony and Ivory connection in Beantown. If LBJ heads to Philly, I'll be a 76ers fan this season. Emi Udoka eating his popcorn as Boston flames out. Joe Black said, I'm thinking sending him to a rival for an older, worse star is crazy work. I understand y'all were ready for him to go, but I'm sure you could have done better. All right. I've heard two things about this. Number one, let's get your thoughts on it. We still got about 90 seconds, real quick takes. There's some suggesting that the ownership in Boston that does not own the Boston arena that they own did not want two players making $60 million plus, and they did not want to extend Jaylen Brown, who would be in position to make for an extension $70 plus million for 2 extra years. You buy it or not? Hope, you buy it or not?
No, I don't buy that.
Give me one sentence, why not?
Tradition to win. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, Boston is a city that's known for championships. So whatever it takes to win a championship, you just do it.
Reb, you buying it or not?
Not buying it. Boston ain't never scared to go all in when they think they got a viable team to host up another championship. And you talking about money, you get rid of Jaylen Brown contract and you bring that awful Paul George contract over there. Are you kidding me? Get out of here with that crazy sentiment. That Paul George contract worse than Jaylen Brown contract. If you think Paul George gonna live up to $215 million per league, Boston y'all fans will be sending death threats to his house to get him up out of Boston. Why? Before the end of this year over with.
All right, here's the other crazy take I heard. So there was one news outlet, I can't remember who the source was, that suggested that Brian Stevens, what's his first name, the GM?
Brad,
thank you. Brad Stevens was really doing some crazy work with this trade, basically suggesting that he didn't mind trading Jaylen Brown to an arch rival because it's his belief that Jaylen Brown will disrupt the Sixers in such a way that it will hurt the development of Maxey and Edgecombe. You buying that, Red, or selling it?
Man, I am selling that. So, but Brad Stevens, you good now. I tell you what I am buying. Brad Stevens, his ability to try to change the narrative. That's what I'm buying. That was good with Brad, but no, not buying. And let me tell you something, Rev and H.O. If it's one thing Jaylen Brown is going to be dedicated to this season, and that is making sure that the Celtics realize how big of a mistake they made by sending him to their arch rival. I'm telling you, if Jaylen Brown said last year was his best season, this year might be his most favorite season out for last year. Because I'm telling you, he is going to enjoy playing with Maxey and VJ. And how do you know? Don't you think Maxey going to look at Jaylen like a big brother? Don't you think Maxey going to look at Jaylen like, this is the piece I need to get me over the hump? Because I know I can't depend on that Embiid guy. But this guy right here, oh boy, big brother. That you just gave Maxey a big brother that he can depend on. And you think Jaylen Brown ain't about to take full advantage of all them young boys on Philly looking up to him like he the big brother with a ring, the big brother with a finals MVP. Jaylen Brown is now the leader of the Philadelphia 76.
Jump in there, Hold. You're not buying that rationale that Brad Stevens doing some crazy work trying to destroy the chemistry of the Sixers.
So you said the source is who?
I can't remember the source.
All right. So now to that point, I wouldn't be surprised if Emmanuel Oncho put this out or leaked this, because this sounds just like something that he would actually say. So no, man, the kid is an honor roll student. The kid is a Rhodes Scholar, or whatever the case may be. Hell, he can probably teach. He could probably teach class in the off season at Penn University. So you listen, I'm not buying that at all. This sounds like something Emmanuel Ocho's leak for sure.
All right, Coach said alcohol is a dangerous drug. Joe Black said also, whoever the analytic person said Jaylen is the 7th most important player on the Celtics is high. And there was an argument that basically said the Celtics are a better team when Jaylen Brown is off the court, and it's also been reported that Peyton Pritchard has been held back because of the presence of Jaylen Brown. I guess y'all not buying that. All right.
Now it's funny how all this stuff comes out once he gets traded.
Once he gets traded, yeah. The VP said this could be one of the moves that gets Brad Stevens fired down the road soon. Brad has to be rooting for 76ers to fail big time. He must be smoking on that good stuff. Joe Black said Jaylen goes talk to Embiid about the talk about flopping. What's up with you, April Thomas? The VP said even GMs around the league are questioning the move. Sounds like something that is out of pocket. Also heard that the smartest guy in the room narrative was in the play, basically coming at Jaylen, saying he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and that could have some racial overtones if people aren't careful. That's real.
They said he was walking around with his Tavares.
I mean, he's brilliant. The guy's brilliant. He's been top of his class since high school. His 1 year at Cal. I mean, and then he fights for his people. Back when the George Floyd stuff was going down during the pandemic, he was front and center. So, Jaylen Brown comes from a great home, smart guy, brilliant guy, and he can go intellectually toe-to-toe with anybody. I think some of his conversation with Stephen A was out of bounds. But anyway, just basic knowledge and being well-spoken, that's him. That's him. VP says sounds about right. Jaylen Brown is a walking thesaurus. All right, last.
Who is this teacher that said Jaylen Brown wasn't going to succeed? They ought to be fired, man.
For sure. For sure. Or we know that they had to be racist.
There you go.
Now Jaylen Brown is helped Bernice Burgos get her business started. Wrote the business plan and everything. So he's a smart guy.
Yeah, very smart guy. Last topic today is July 4th, 17. July 4th, known to some as Independence Day. Declaration of Independence was signed July 4th, 1776, making this nation 250 years old. With that being said, your favorite sports moment of the past 250 years, none of us are that old. So we got a lot of sports moments to choose from. So your favorite sports moment. So that means one moment, not moments. So we got to make sure we lock in that favorite moment. So Red, what's your favorite sports moment over the past 250 years?
All right. I gave this a little thought when I added this topic. And of course, I started thinking to any my team that won championship or whatnot. But I said that kind of would be too easy. So then I thought about a moment that stood out that I can remember. And this moment happened back in '96 in my hometown, dealing with the GOAT of boxing, and that was Muhammad Ali holding up that Olympic torch to get the Olympic Games started in my hometown of Atlanta. That was a great sports moment. And in addition to it, we had Mays High people on the field performing in the opening ceremonies during the Olympic time. So you had Muhammad Ali, the champ, the GOAT, holding up the Olympic torch to get the games started in my city of Atlanta. In addition, some of my Mays High alumni on the field witnessing this great moment at the time. That moment right there for me is my top.
What you got for us? So favorite sports moment of the past 250 years? Reverend Night Nation, feel free to put in your moment, not your moments. Your moment. What you got, Ho?
I'm going 1991 when I was working at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Sid Bream slid into home plate. Safe. And the Braves went on to go from worst to first in that year. So that was one of my favorite moments.
So that is my favorite sports moment because I was actually there.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
man,
that
I was
game.
working. I was on the
I was
third
working
base side
concession
working
stand for school.
Yeah, I was working the third base side as the usher right there in the dugout, the visitor
Yeah.
dugout.
man,
I was right there.
both of y'all were there. So both of y'all were there. I'm sitting
Now,
at home, my bed sleep.
and hold, that was actually 1992.
Two.
1992.
Yeah,
October 14th. I'm looking at the date right now. That
Yeah.
was for the National League Championship Series, Game 7, where Sid Bream made the slide that is iconic in Atlanta Braves history, beating Barry Bonds' throw after Francisco Cabrera
Yes.
hit a 2-out, 2-run single. That slide is so iconic, and it's even more iconic because it wasn't like Sid Bream was fast.
Right.
He was
And
one
the
of the
thing about
slowest
it is Barry Bonds was playing in and still couldn't throw him out.
Still couldn't throw him out, man. And just as I still remember to this day in person and also when they show it on camera, Andy Van Slyke just sitting in the outfield wondering what in the world just happened because everybody in Atlanta just knew the Braves were going to lose Game 7 because their nemesis at the time started that game, and that was knuckleballer Tim Wakefield. The Braves struggled hitting Tim Wakefield's knuckleball. That ball was coming at them like 50, 60 miles per hour, 70 tops, and they could not hit Tim Wakefield, but they somehow managed to get past him and ultimately won Game 7, which led them to go into the World Series, and they lost that tough one to the Minnesota Twins in the World Series. What you got, Red?
Yeah, man. That game right there taught me about not turning the game off when it was 2 out. Because that's what I did. It was a school night. So I tried to stay up as long as I could. Yeah, I kept saying, okay, come on, Braves, 19. I was trying, I didn't want my mom to come in the room and catch me because I was supposed to be knocked out ready to sleep. But I think it was when it got to 2 outs, I was like, okay, this is over with. I don't think we had a man on base. So it was 2 out with nobody on base. So I think I cut the TV off. And my mom came in the next morning and told me the Braves won the World Series. I was like, how did that happen? We was out 2 outs with nobody on base. So I had to look at ESPN highlights. And man, started Francisco Cabrera. I think it was Justice that got a hit. I think Dave Justice got a hit or somebody got on base. Sid Bream was on base. And I didn't even know who Francisco Cabrera was because it's not like he was a starter, like he was like a pinch hitter or something. So it came in, probably one of the most important pinch hit at bat in Braves history. Got the hit, like H.O. say, Barry Bonds got the ball. Man, Bonds threw a strike, and man, Sid just got that old clubby knee on that white part of the plate, just enough. Then let's be fair, y'all. That umpire was not gonna call him out unless it was just like bang, bang. If it was any way to call him safe, he was gonna do it, and he did it safe. I'm not afraid. They're not gonna be sending death threats to my home. Safe, baby. And what? Man, I just wish I could have saw it live. What?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And you two guys, they're real. You supposed to be at home, get ready for school too the next day. And it was 92. I was in middle school. I went in high school. It was in middle school.
Yeah. I was a freshman that year.
Okay.
I was working the concession stand with Mr. Ellison's class, the communications class. So Rev, I
did 2 days of concession at the Fulton County. It was Braves, but it wasn't that year. I was trying to think what year. It was either the 95 year, it was either 9th or 10th grade year I did concession.
Yeah, so Mr. Ellison had a club called Take One. And as a 9th grade, I was in it, and we used to do concession stand during the Braves season that year. And I did like 6 or 7 times and went up to the playoffs to make some extra money for the Take One club at Mays. Coach said Jackie Robinson coming to the Major League Baseball is his favorite moment. I believe he was actually there.
Coach, were you working concession at the stands too that day?
He was
Jack
working
Robinson first game?
concessions April 15, 1947. Yes, he was. No, all seriousness, that's a great moment for Black history. First Black Major League Baseball player to ever grace MLB. And to be honest, he might not have been the best Black player at that time, but he was the right Black baseball player to be able to deal with the racism that he had to deal with, because everybody could not have dealt with what he dealt with. So big ups to you, Coach, for that moment. Joe Black said my favorite moment was Kaylee Ringo pick 6 against Alabama, sealing the first national championship that he saw as a Georgia Bulldogs fan. No doubt about it. That was a great moment. The drought was over. No longer do you just have to call out the name Vince Dooley. You can add Kirby Smart to the conversation. And they not only win one championship, they come back the following year, beat TCU, and blow them out to go back to back. The president said, mine is the Atlanta Braves winning the World Series in 1995 over the Cleveland Indians. Dave Justice iconic home run, which allowed the Braves to win 1-0 in the final game. That's a good moment as well. That was my senior year. Oh, that was after my senior year in high school.
Yeah, that was after your senior year.
Yeah, I had just graduated, and it took place my first year at Morehouse. But that's also a moment that triggers me, especially right now, because that following year they went on strike. And the Braves couldn't defend their championship, and we're looking at a strike coming down the pike real soon. Mr. VP, I'm going to go at your first moment. He said 2 moments, but watch numerous times. We're going to give 1 moment. You got to follow rules, Mr. VP. Listing only one. Thank you. Jesse Owens and the Berlin Olympics. 1936, Owens won 4 gold medals in track and field, debunking the myth of Aryan supremacy in front of Adolf Hitler. Jesse made the ancestor proud during those games. No doubt about it. And that's a great take, because it makes me remember the movie that they did on Jesse Owens. Didn't our boy who died was Jesse Owens?
Who?
The Black Panther?
No. It's an actor named Stephen James that played.
Stephen James? Okay, he was Jesse Owens in that movie? Okay.
Great moment. Was it good, real?
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, I was at the Hawks. Real. I think we was at the Hawks game. You remember when the movie came out? I think that's that Hawks game we went to, and he was there. They were on at the halftime.
Gotcha.
They were saying like, this guy's in the new Jesse Owens movie. We didn't know who he was, because he's still really a relative unknown actor, but he's a good solid actor.
Okay. The president said Barnes didn't have enough juice at that time. Lord have mercy. Oh, here it is.
Oh my God, man!
The VP said Coach was Branch Rickey's assistant. Coach sent the telegram that.
Oh my God, man! Y'all crazy.
Coach said, I really dislike y'all.
Was it Western Union back then, or was it another name? You know how they changed the name.
Mama Wildcat Harris has joined, said, when your dad and I boarded a plane in San Francisco to New York with the Mets down in the 8th inning, I don't remember who they were playing while on the plane. I know it is. The captain announced the Mets had won the World Series, scoring 8 or 9 runs. It wasn't 8 or 9 runs in the 9th inning, but you're talking about that famous Bill Buckner play when that ball went underneath his leg in game 6, which
glove.
went underneath his glove, and Bill Buckner cost the Red Sox a World Series. And and actually that was game 6. The Mets won that game and went on to win the next game to win the World Series. Coach was Jackie Robinson.
Man, Coach gonna get y'all, boy. He ain't gonna forget that lead sport.
Yeah, it was called Race. Thank you, VP. And Stephen
Race.
James, that's Jesse on thing. Fred said, Coach said, telegram my police.
He said stage coach.
Y'all went back to the unforgiving days now, boy.
Ooh.
Boy.
All right, man. Boy, Coach, you can just tell you're beloved and missed. You're beloved and missed. All right, gentlemen. That was good. That was good. Let's go ahead on and put a wrap to this show. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? What you got for us, Red?
Okay. I was waiting on it today, but you guys, I guess we didn't have enough time to get to it. So I'll get to it myself. LA Lakers. Boy, you have the right to make sure this new snow time roster that you
Hold
have.
up, Red. Hold up. You're right, man. That was supposed to be one of the topics, and I failed to bring it up. Let's pause real quickly.
Okay, you want to go
Let's
back to it?
pause real quickly. My fault, man. My fault. That is
No,
my fault.
I would have gave him a shout out, and you had it right.
So let's talk about it real quick. We got a few moments. Lakers spend some money. That was supposed to be one of the five topics. We got caught on Jaylen Brown a little longer, and I forgot we skipped Lakers spend some money. So now, Red, your boys have traded in Showtime for Snow Time. All right. We got Luka, Austin Reeves, Kessler. Then we got what's his name from Toronto?
Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. I just call him Sunday.
It's like a Russian
Sando.
name, something
Sando.
Mandingo or something, whatever. So you got all those guys, and then they bring in Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton. They trade away Ayton. What are your thoughts about how the Lakers have spent their money? And here's the question for you directly, and Ho, you can bounce off what Red says. Are the Lakers a better team now than they were last year? What you got, Red?
Man, my thoughts are, wow, this was very surprising. I didn't realize they were trying to bring, like you said earlier, the Celtics of the 80s back to LA. Because, boy, that is exactly what this Snowtime new look Lakers look like. Man, we're going to have at least 3 European guys in our starting lineup, maybe 4 with the Thunder, who knows? And, man, I just say, man, I'm glad we got Grimes and Sexton. At least the backcourt got a little flavor to it. But I know now I would love for them to go ahead and make this Kuminga move just to give us a little flavor in the front court. But there were some solid moves. We did need a big man in Walker Kessler. And I mean, maybe he was the best big man on the market. And I'm not poo-pooing that move because I actually wanted that move. I just didn't realize how European we would look after the rest. I didn't even realize the guy in Toronto was on the map. But it's definitely a change, real. It's definitely a change. I can definitely understand all of the quips and the jokes and the snow time, and because I got some of those feelings myself. The only thing I can hope is that the snow time Lakers are more 80s Celtics than maybe 70s Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Because those 70s Lakers team were a little European too. But hopefully we can get the results of the 80s Celtics more so than the teams for the old NBA teams and the old basketball teams before. But it's definitely gonna be something new. Are we a better team than last year? If we stay healthy, man, that still remains to be seen. We just gotta stay healthy. That's the most part. It remains to be seen if we're a better team because we lost a lot. We lose Aiden, you lose LeBron, you lose Rui Hachimura because they didn't bring him back. You lose Jackson Hayes. All right, they just got rid of all the brothers. man, it's just like what? It's like what was this real? It was just like a old school Jim Crow law fence. Like, man, all y'all brothers, get up out of here. Get these brothers out of here. Hey. But
yeah,
yeah,
it looks like the Slovenian national team.
right, man. It definitely looks like a international European team more so than the Showtime Lakers. I just have to take the fifth on. We're a better team for right now. I'm gonna have to see this thing on the court before I make any fast or overrated predictions right now. I think we'll be a playoff team. I think we'll be good. I don't think we're gonna be trash, but are we ready to compete with the Spurs and the OKCs? Man, even the Houston Rockets with this European team, we gonna see. But I tell you what, Luka and Austin's health is very important now. We can't go into another playoffs with you on the bench, Luka, and you on the bench, Austin. We got to have you. Now I know we got Quentin Grimes and Colin Sexton, and Quentin Grimes can have a little mojo too at times, but there's no way the Lakers can enter another playoff with Luka on the bench. Because I can tell you right now, we are gonna be swept out of this world if that happens. Still might happen with a plan, but we'll see.
Ho, you jumping in the car with Red?
Yeah, no. No, I'm gonna pull up by myself and catch this Uber.
Oh, got right up out of my car.
Yeah,
So
Red, drop me off. I'm out this car, man.
The Lakers will be on the cover of Basketball Fundamentals 2026-2027. If it works, you're going to see a copycat league, because if this works, you're going to start to see international players come playing in the NBA, and all of the colored brothers going overseas to play in their league. So you're going to kind of see before long, if this works, you're going to see international players take up 9 roster spots on each team.
Wow. So you're basically saying this can possibly shift the demographic of the league.
Yeah, if it works, you'll once see this, because Bo Bell said if our American-born players don't get it together with the fundamentals and start winning MVPs for the National Basketball Association, then this is what you're going to start to see.
That's an interesting take.
Remember, James Harden was the last American-born player to win MVP for the NBA 2017.
Houston Rockets. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting take. VP said Coach sent a Raven via Westeros.
That's a Game of Thrones reference, real.
I got you. Joe Black comment on Snow Time. VP said Pelinka has the newly formed the Dairy Dynasty. The Brunch Bunch will not move the needle in the City of Angels. Joe Black said, I would say Stephen A's take on his show was very controversial, basically talking about the Lakers got all these white guys on the team. The VP said the Supreme team is going to represent the United Nations Europe. VP said the Suburban Super Team will bring out the soccer moms. He said the Frat Five will be the whipping boys of the West.
Lord,
this man called them the Jim Crow Lakers. God almighty.
Right. Vince, you spent all day coming up with all them nicknames, man. But you're right. I can't hate, man. You're right.
You got some more. The president said Vincent Woodruff, they should be known as the Hellman's Heroes. Lord have mercy. Coach said from Soul Train to American Bandstand. No.
Hey, Coach, get up
They did Don Cornelius. No.
Doug Cornelius to Dick Clark now.
To Dick Clark, yeah. Joe Black said also, why is Bronny's badge still working? No doubt about it. The VP said the Mayo Mob. The Mayo mob will have to wear black paint under their eyes to cut down on the glare from the court. Let's just say,
Man, this is funny. This is
I
funny.
find it interesting in this new social media age, this podcasting age, that there's been no comment by Magic Johnson that's been posted, which leads me to believe Magic ain't feeling this new era of Lakers basketball. I'm interested. Another sneaky good podcast is Byron Scott's Fast Break. Check Byron Scott. It will be interesting to see what they have to say. And then also I'm looking forward to seeing, shout out to All the Smoke. They have evolved as the podcast. When they get the interview with Barack Obama when he opens the new presidential center in Chicago. So big ups to Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson with All the Smoke. They have really evolved. It'll be interesting to see what they have to say as well. I mean, Joe Black said, we also have a coach that likes a certain word.
Oh, you going back to that old
JJ Redick.
Yeah. Hey,
so I would have never imagined the Lakers seeming more like a team that Donald Trump would pull for.
Oh my God. That's the last guy I want discussing my stay in New York with your Knicks, Trump. Don't bring your trash over here with my Lakers. We don't let Gavin Newsom be the political Lakers advocate. We don't need you, Trump. Gavin Newsom is bad enough, but at least he's a California guy.
Agree, VP. That All the Smoke podcast with 44 was fire. Anybody who has not watched that episode with President Obama should watch that All the Smoke episode. It was fire.
Okay, I'm gonna find that one and put it on my list.
Yeah, all the Smoke as a basketball. What I believe, I'm a basketball aficionado. All the Smoke I recommend. Byron Scott's. He got a nice sidekick. I just started watching Jeff Teague's. It's starting to grow on me. I don't like all the cussing and carrying on. But Jeff Teague's, he has some interesting ones, especially when he interviews former players and they start telling stories. Like the one of him and Mike Bibby is hilarious. That's pretty good. So
I ain't checked out Teague. And I guess y'all don't feel the arena. Gil's Arena.
Gil's Arena it's cool. It's just too many dudes. Like when you got too many dudes talking, and then they be cussing and carrying on, and Rashad McCants is just, I don't like watching him.
No,
he admitted he's Emmanuel Ocho for that form. He came in with that. He did an interview and admitted that's what Gil told him to do.
Okay, yeah, and it sometimes you can tell it's calculated, so it lacks authenticity, and that's where I struggle. But if you want to just get like good interviews, talking about past players, Fast Break with Byron Scott, All the Smoke, they do good interviews, but also they give good basketball insight. Jeff Teague, his group gives some good basketball insight. They're a little bit more urban, and they give you some laughs and all of that good stuff. Gil's Arena is pretty good, but it's just too many folk for me talking at the same time. Coach said, from Brothers to Big Bang Theory about the Lakers. The VP said, George Wallace Lakers. Lord, man, that's bad. Joe Black said, that was great, All the Smoke episode for sure. The VP said, George Wallace, the Casserole Collective. Now, Casserole Collective tomorrow and Casserole Collective forever. Teague has the best stories. Yeah, they do tell. And Rashad McCann, even give him joy. What was McCain? It's McCann. So Joe Black, but we got you. Thank you. You got it. You corrected it. Yeah, it ruins Gil's Arena for sure. All right, man. I think we're finished this time.
Yeah,
I'm sure my wife will be happy too. Because I think she's ready to get something.
Keep it real, yeah. You can't keep the wife waiting too long.
I'm a married guy now, so I got to take that in consideration with my time. All right, gentlemen, let's do this.
How's Dr. Val doing?
She's doing well, man. She's doing well. I'm sure she would appreciate you asking about it. But here it is, man. Let me see these comments real quick before we go to 5-5. The Key Squad. The Key Squad. Lord have mercy. McCann talks like he was him. Yeah, he does talk like he was him for sure. Yeah, he was a Hall of Fame for sure. Yeah. All right, Red, who has the right to do what, when, where, how? What you got for us?
All right, Falcon fans. You got about 2 or 3 weeks before the season begins. Training camp begins. And we got the QB competition begins for Tua and Penix. I hear Penix is back on the field. He's been cleared for training camp. We know Tua is ready for training camp. So we finally get us quarterback competition. May the best man win. I expect preseason games to be more exciting now because we got guys competing for jobs. So finally, HO, we get a training camp. Looks like we're gonna have a training camp in the preseason that's worth keeping up with and at least watching, because the previous training camps and preseason games left a lot to be desired. But we got guys competing, and we got guys competing for important positions too. So Falcon fans, you have the right to get ready and get excited, because I honestly think this is finally going to be a season with us going in the right direction now. It took a minute, but I actually believe that we're going in the right direction.
All right, Ho, what you got? Who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
All right, Rev, you're going to like this one. Colton Hiller, you have the right. You got your offer. Now it's time to sign the deal. Come on down to the Brotherhood and let's join forces and let's get Rev on the bandwagon as well. So you got your offer. Let's get to it. Sign the deal and let's go ahead and get to it. We already got the Knipper, brother. Now, if you reclass to the 2027 class, that's be even better. We'll have you for 2 years. So Colton Hiller, you have the right to join our Brotherhood. Let's go.
Nice. Colton Hiller is a junior, uprising junior phenom here where I am, Coatesville Red Raiders. I would like to say I helped put him on the map as a freshman with my network, 610 the Seville Sports Network. Now he's getting interviewed by anybody and everybody. And this past week, he was offered by Duke University. So I knew HO would be all on top of it with his love for Duke.
They got it at 80% right now.
Yeah. And I think that's really where he's going. And I was hearing a conversation this past week stating that he might indeed reclassify to 2027. The only thing that may keep him from reclassifying is if he values being the all-time leading scorer in Coatesville basketball history. If he values that, then he might not reclassify. But with the team being very senior oriented and there are not a lot of top prospects coming behind him, he might very well reclassify. And if they somehow win a state, they are in contention. I don't know if they will. Depends on if they get some depth and some more size. He'll definitely reclassify if they win the championship. No doubt about it. Let me go. Braves, you have the right to not relinquish the lead in the NL East this weekend. You have the right to sweep the New York Mets at home, winning a 4-game series where you got 3 more games against them today, tomorrow, and Monday. So you have the right to stay atop the NL East and hope that the Phillies lose a couple to the Kansas City Royals because you need to keep this lead. All right, before we get out of here.
That's who they were playing.
Let's say.
Now, were they rained out yesterday, Rev? Philly, or they just didn't have a game?
No, they didn't have a game, which was unusual. This second time this happened for the Phillies because of World Cup action. 2 weeks ago, there was a game in Philadelphia for the World Cup, so that's why they didn't play on Friday. Yesterday, there was a game in KC. That's why they didn't play on Friday.
Okay.
So,
I gotta
but
get
that helped their bullpen. That helped their bullpen get a day of rest because the Phillies are running into the same problem that the Braves have run into, and that is the starting pitching not going beyond 6 innings.
Well, good. Cause hey, Philly, we need y'all to taste some of what we tasted. So now, yeah, because we need this. We somehow we can get teams to hold Philly back just till we figure it out. That'll help us.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, we're about to get out of here, but let's see. The VP said, great show, fellas. Do a self-inventory after Juneteenth, part dope. You have the right to have 10 figures and 10 toes after tonight's activities. The president, when you were speaking, Red, said, tell Terry, back it up. Red, VP says, stay safe and be blessed, Reverend Nation. We did that thing. Mike drops. We out. Coach said, President, you have the right to actually go fishing and catch fish instead of stealing from the Georgia Aquarium and taking pictures. The president said, Reverend Nation, y'all have the right to not be remembered by the last words. Hey, watch this. As we celebrate with burgers and bottle rockets, y'all be safe. Joe Black said, dream. You have the right to end the 4-game losing streak today. All right, thanks so much, everybody, for watching the Red and Rev Sports Show. We give a big shout out to Hope from the Sports Roundtable, helping us with episode 431. Coach, we hope you feel better. You'll be back for episode 432. We hope that you all will join us next week. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, same 10:30 time for the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas. Everybody have a great day. We're out of here. Peace and love to everybody.